You know, everybody is always talking about who are the top five strongest Avengers, and they always mess up the list every single time because most general fans, don't think about the writing. They only think about what they seen on screen. It's always, oh, he's not doing this and he's not doing that. He's not doing enough on the screen. He's not doing enough on the screen. Yes, okay, I understand that. But Marvel fans tend to overlook the simple implications of feats shown by the characters on screen. You know, they overlook small stuff, simple stuff, but it's really bigger in scale. And here on this list, I want to show you guys who is the real top five. So okay, so first off on the list is, you guessed it, Thor. Ooh. And if you thought it was anybody else, do not let go past 200 right now, bro, because Thor freaking sucks. Thor caught Thanos off guard, still missed. He did damage, but he missed. Couldn't even defeat a full power Hela. Literally stabbed Surtur. Thor couldn't do no damage to her. Bro, this is crazy. And then he was dual wielding both hammers in Endgame and still lost, bro. He still lost against a bloodlusted Thanos with no stones. Come on, guys. Y'all know Thor is trash. But after Thor, Captain Marvel, the single stone tier, she got the crazy reignite the star feat, crazy OP feat, but then she got one tapped by the Power Stone. My favorite superhero, by the way. But she is pretty strong. She's up there. She's definitely higher than Thor. She did more against bloodlusted Thanos, by the way. Thor is not making it to top 3. Sorry. Speaking of 3, Doctor Strange, let's just call this the hacks threshold. So Doctor Strange, this is really where it gets complicated. But Doctor Strange was able to use his magical toolbox pretty much, and he really out outhacked 4-stone Thanos. He out-hacked him. He was able to keep up with him a little bit, but he still lost. He still didn't use his greatest weapon, which means that at his full power, he probably would have beat a bloodlusted Thanos. Most likely he would have, because he was able to keep up with 4-stone Thanos, which is a crazy power amp. But, that's just how the cake crumbles, the cookie crumbles, whatever it's called. I don't know how the saying goes, but after Doctor Strange, once the hacks, he can only hacks so much. His limit depends on who he's going against. And what if they don't have any limits? The real question, what if they don't have any limits? What if the opponent has 0 limits? The Hulk. The Hulk, who's number 2 on this list, and it's crazy because everybody has been downplaying him severely when the weakest version of the Hulk held all 6 Infinity Stones. He matched peak Thanos feat. A peak Thanos feat. In terms of durability. There's no way you guys rank him so low when it takes so much to even stab him, to even wound him. And mind you, Thor the one that everybody glazes, by the way, the character everybody glazes, Thor couldn't do nothing to a full power Hela. Full power Hela was able to stab Surtur. It didn't even faze him, by the way. But she penetrated him, right? Then here comes Hulk running with enough like momentum to stagger him, completely knock this giant almost like off his feet. He just shook his whole body. He's essentially hitting a cosmic god. Like he's strong enough to destroy an entire realm. The Eternal Flame made him 10 times stronger than what he actually was. Probably more. That's just a low ball, you know? And Hulk's power limit really isn't like, it's never really been tested, you know? Throughout the MCU, he's always been hit, hurt, or, you know, a little pushed over. But to even really hurt Thanos and like Surtur or stagger them a little bit with your bare hands, that takes almost the exact same amount of energy as an Infinity Stone. To hurt Thanos, to really, really hurt him, you have to be outputting the same energy of an Infinity Stone. I know this because when he used all 6 Infinity Stones, you know, it really burned his arm to a crisp. It left him with a deep wound. And Hulk is able to like throw him over, barrel him over, hit him hard. And, you know, he's actually physically groaning in response to these hits. If there really wasn't like a strength gap between them. There was a skill gap, definitely a high skill gap. But a strength gap, no. You know, if it was Hulk with a little bit of jujitsu, like it should have been, because it's MCU Hulk. But anyways, bro, to even really hurt the Hulk, you have to be outputting the same energy of an Infinity Stone. Not directly, but I think residual to maybe 30 points. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere around that tier. But to even hurt Thanos, you have to be doing a lot, bro. Like, you really have to be doing a lot to even hurt him. But the only other character that was able to really crush him and destroy Infinity Stones and hold Thanos back, like, number one is obviously Scarlet Witch, and that's like undisputed, bro. Yes, she got out-hacked by Doctor Strange, but like I said before, it depends on who he's fighting. If you can't overcome a limitless potential like the Scarlet Witch is, you will not be able to beat her. Like, even in Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange wasn't really able to compete with the totality of her power. Yes, he had a bunch of hacks, but one of his hacks was using America Chavez. That was his hacks. But there were a whole bunch of other Doctor Strange who were dying to simple monsters she was sending after them. They were just getting destroyed, bro. And it's insane that these characters are like super underrated, because everybody's glazing Thor with the power of his hammer. Without the hammer, he's really nothing. By the way, I'm pretty sure you guys know that by now, but he's really nothing without those hammers. Those hammers really unlock like a lot of his key abilities, but even with them, like, he was barely able to do anything. Thor was barely able to do anything to Thanos without the hammers. And with the hammers, he was still barely able to do anything. Thor is just trash. But Scarlet Witch, she almost one-tapped him. She probably could have one-tapped him with all stones. She was angry enough. I mean, who knows, for real. But, you know, based on my analysis, you know, before he really was collecting all the stones, like, Scarlet Witch was really the only one who was able to put up a good fight. Thor had to catch him off guard. Hulk.